Hey friends, welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast with your host, Nicole
and Hannah. Come join us for some hopeful conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing.
Hey Hallmarkies, we're back for another episode, and today we'll be chatting about the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries original movie, Christmas Bedtime Stories, with our friend Simone. Welcome back to the podcast, Simone.
Hello.
We've got our Christmas attire on to celebrate the Hallmark Christmas movie season. So, Simone, what did you like most about this movie? And what were your thoughts on it?
I like the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was definitely you never really knew what was going to happen next. Like sometimes you can predict a lot of Hallmark movies, but this one there's always a twist to it, and I think that's what I liked about it the best. Was there was always something different about it.
Yeah, same. Christmas Bedtime Stories stars Erin Cahill as Danielle, Steve Lund as Pierce, Alice Comer as Audrey, Victoria Dunsmore as Jane, Tegan Moss as Sophia, Charlie Weber as Colby, Exacia Sanders as Lisa, Jerry Trimble as General Anderson, and Jamal Johnson as Rick. It was directed by Elise Fleet Rogers and written by Andrea Canny. When Danielle is left to raise her daughter after her husband goes MIA and is presumed dead, she begins to tell her daughter bedtime stories of her father. Do we want to talk about our favorite scenes from the movie to start off?
Oh, yes, we can. Let's go ahead. Might as well cut to the chase.
Yes. My first favorite scene on the list is Danielle's conversation with Sophia about Christmas vacation, the toy drive party, and not having a tree yet. Now, this was in the first 5 minutes. I thought that was a really nice moment between them.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see Pierce and his friend Rick arrive, and they are bringing toys for the kids and talking about them with Danielle and Sophia. I loved this when Danielle and Sophia are holding the little Santas.
Santas?
Yeah.
I
thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
I also loved when it was just Pierce and Danielle, and he was asking about Audrey. That was really sweet. And he's saying, "So where's my other favorite girl?" That was
I thought it was so cute.
Yeah. Audrey, she is Danielle's daughter, of course, and she is caroling at the local retirement home for the day with her school. I also loved when they were talking about the tangled Christmas lights, and Pierce says, "You were looking at the master detangler."
We need some of those sometimes in Christmas.
Yeah, especially with my tree lights. Like they're all coiled up, and I have to untangle them.
Oh no, I say forget it. I guess buy new ones. I'm like,
it's like just buy new ones every year.
Well, thankfully, mine surprisingly don't get like. You always see like not like this one wasn't as tangled, but you see sometimes those Christmas movies where it's in a giant ball.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how does that end up like that? Mine don't end up. I kind of like coil mine, like wrap mine up, and I place it in nicely in our box. I mean, it's always a few times it's been tangled, but never like that bad.
Yeah, that's usually how I pack mine up. I'll coil them, like I'll hold them
your arm.
And wrap them around my arm. They are also making plans to go Christmas tree hunting the following day and setting up a collection booth at Town Square for the toy drive, which that sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you buy a live tree every year, or do you have an artificial tree?
Oh no, I'm team like until our kids get older, we'll get up like a real tree. But I think I'm team fake tree especially we have a dog. Like our other dog would probably, I'm afraid that our dog would want to eat the needles.
Oh.
And there's too much responsibility. I would probably forget to water the tree.
That's probably us too.
Especially like Christmas, like our busiest time in our family. So I'm like, that tree would probably die. I'm team fake tree.
Yeah, same. We have an artificial tree as well. We're also worried about animals potentially being hidden in the tree and then
oh yeah, that could happen.
like a bird.
You never know if a squirrel might pop, or a squirrel. You never know.
Squirrel. Or a raccoon. I don't know if raccoons.
I wasn't thinking that way. I was just thinking of taking care of the thing and it shedding its needles. I wasn't thinking of an animal on it.
Funny story. Last year, I don't remember what day it was, and I don't remember if it was in November or December, but we were just sitting around downstairs in the family room, and all of a sudden, we look up and this bird has planted itself on the top of the tree where the star is.
Wait, how did the bird get in your house?
I think it was hiding in the wreath on our door, and I guess when we were coming in one night, we left the door open too long and it flew inside the house.
No, I don't do birds.
I wish I had a picture to show on this episode because it was funny.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How did you get the bird out?
I don't know how long it took. It probably took at least 20 minutes to get the bird out of the house. No. I love the first mother-daughter moment we get in the movie when Danielle is making Audrey hot chocolate, and Audrey is telling her how one of the girls at school was saying she's weird because she's going to the father-daughter dance with her mom, which that makes me sad. But I love how supportive Danielle was.
Yeah. And she gave her extra sprinkles for it.
Yes. I loved seeing Erin Cahill as a mom in this movie. I think she did a great job.
She did. She got into that role very well.
Yeah. They are also talking about the Christmas father-daughter dance. And one of the lines that made me laugh was from Danielle. And she said, yeah, and your mom has some pretty cool moves.
Yeah, that's what I would be telling my kids too. I'm like, hey, your mom's got some great moves. You might not want your friends to see them, but I've got them. It's always fun to embarrass your kids.
And then, Audrey says, Mommy.
That's a typical kid answer too, because my kids are doing the same thing.
I would probably say the same thing if I was her age.
I said that to my mom, even like when I was a little bit older. I'm like, Mom, no, I don't know you.
No.
We don't know each other.
Like, just no.
No. Because my mom would do that stuff on purpose to us. So I learned to like embrace it, because I learned like if I embraced my mom's craziness, that she wouldn't do it to me anymore. So she just went on to my sister.
Yeah.
And my sister hated it. So she would do it worse. My sister would see, I'm like, you just kind of play it off that you like it. Like you don't care because you'll stop. But she just goes to the next sibling.
Oh my goodness.
It was always fun.
Yeah. I also love how they are talking about Colby, who is Audrey's dad. And considering he loves to dance, he would have been very excited about the father-daughter dance with Audrey.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle goes on to tell Audrey about their wedding and how he was trying to do a split and ripped his dress pants.
That's some great dance moves if you did that.
I'm sure that was embarrassing.
Yeah, it probably was actually, especially on your wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't a rental.
Oh, yeah. A few minutes after that, Pierce and Jane arrive at the house. Jane is Audrey's aunt. The comment from Pierce to Audrey really melted my heart. He said, I bet you dazzled them today with your amazing voice, didn't you? And he was talking to Audrey.
I know. So sweet.
Yeah. And we didn't get a lot of scenes between Pierce and Audrey, but the ones that we did get, I really loved. I loved the bond that they had.
Yeah.
The line that made me laugh in this scene was from Jane, and she's referring to the Christmas decorations because Danielle asked her and Pierce to start decorating. She said, by the time we're done, Mrs. Claus herself will be jealous.
Hey, that sounds good to me.
Danielle telling Audrey about the day she met Colby. Now, this was the first bedtime story that we see in this movie, and I thought it was really sweet. They met 11 years ago at the Christmas tree lighting on the base. She had taught there for a couple years already. I love Danielle and Sophia's conversation. Danielle says, you would never know you're surrounded by a 55,000 acre fortress. Sophia, 5,000 Marines and 2 single ladies. What's a girl got to do around here?
I thought that was, I was cracking up.
Yeah. I loved Tegan in this role. I thought she did a great job. And she's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I like seeing her, and I've seen her in more serious roles, and like this one's more of a fun role. So it's nice to see her, how diverse she is.
Yeah. Danielle helping Colby stall everyone while he tries to fix the tree and get the lights turned on. Okay, opinion. What did you think of Danielle's jokes? Did they make you laugh?
Oh, I liked it. I know they're more like kid jokes. So like, I didn't think they were like too cheesy, but I'm around a bunch of kids all the time. But I liked them. I think some people can think, oh, those are such corny jokes, but I'm like, but they're cute. Like, especially at Christmas time, those are some cute Christmassy jokes. So I liked them.
Yeah, I thought it was funny how no one else laughed.
Like, oh boy, crickets.
And I'll just read those jokes for everyone because I did kind of get a kick out of those jokes as well. Yeah. The first one, what do Santa's little helpers learn at school? The alphabet.
I thought that was cute, actually. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But that was kind of creative.
Yeah. The second one, what do you call a snowman with a 6-pack?
What was it?
The abdominal snowman.
That was cute and clever.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Colby liked her jokes.
Yeah, he loved her jokes. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And so did Audrey. I love when it cuts back to Danielle and Audrey is laughing about the jokes, and she says how she liked them, and Danielle says thank you because nobody else liked them.
She's a little kid, so
yeah,
they're definitely like little kid jokes. So
yeah, this is probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's when Danielle and Pierce are outside the house, and he's fixing the lights or hanging them up. Then he turns them on, and she's talking about how beautiful the lights are. And then he says, "You're beautiful." And then he goes on to propose.
I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, the proposal was simple and sweet. I really liked it. Yeah,
me too. And the spin kiss. I have to add that because that was cute.
Always a good spin kiss. It's always great.
Yeah. I thought it was really nice how Danielle wanted to talk to Audrey about it before making it official.
Yeah, making sure she's okay with the a big change in her life, especially like 7, almost 8 years old. It's a big change for a little kid.
Yeah. Of course, Audrey is okay with it. And we hear that the next morning when Danielle was talking to her. And I thought that was really sweet how Audrey said that she likes Pierce and she would want her mom to move forward with that.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce at Danielle and Audrey's house. And this is when Pierce gives Audrey the teddy bear. So sweet.
I liked how she said like he was try to fix it to where she would accept the gift, because at first she didn't want it. She's like, oh, I already have a teddy bear. And he was like, well, maybe your teddy bear like needs a friend. And she's like, yeah, my teddy bear can get lonely during when I'm at school and stuff like that. So it's kind of sweet how he kind of like turned it a little bit. So, she kind of like would accept his gift from her.
Yeah. Of course, I got to mention how Pierce and Danielle make their engagement official. And may I just say that is a beautiful ring.
It was very gorgeous. Those rings, super beautiful. It was really like unique looking.
Yeah. I love the Christmas tree hunting. That was a short scene, but it was really cute.
It was the first time you see like how like the story she tells the night before plays into like the following day, because it always happens the following day. So it's like the guy calls it the king of the Christmas tree, king of Christmas trees or whatever.
Yeah, king of Christmas.
And so it's like she's like kind of like stops for a second, and he's like, and Audrey tells her like, hey, isn't that what Daddy used to call him? So I thought it was a sweet moment.
Yeah.
How it tied back to the story.
Yeah. Gathering donations for the toy drive, and Sophia complimenting Pierce about Danielle's engagement ring. I have to agree with Sophia. Pierce did a good job.
She's like, hey, let me see that again. Okay, let me pull my glove off for you.
She's like, come on, let me see it again.
Yep.
That would be me with my best friend.
Oh yeah, I totally did that one. Well, when I got engaged, my husband actually didn't get the ring sized for my finger, so I couldn't even wear it. We actually had to take it one the day he proposed to me. We had to take it back to the jewelry shop to get it sized for me. So we were engaged, but without a ring for like 2 weeks.
Oh no.
I'm like, I can't even show you guys the ring. I took a picture of it on my pinky because it fit my pinky. So then after 2 weeks, all my friends wanted to see it once I got it back. So it is. You're always like, they're like, hey, let me show you show your best friend your ring. Yep, you totally do that.
Yeah. Here's Danielle and Audrey at home. They are decorating the tree. And then it's time for Audrey to go to bed. But before she goes up to bed, she asks Pierce if he'll be her escort or her date to the father-daughter dance.
I know. I thought it was, her mom was like surprised and caught off guard from it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a really sweet moment.
Yeah. I love how when Audrey goes upstairs, Danielle and Pierce are talking about how they made each other's Christmases. The look on Pierce's face.
Yeah, I know. It was sweet.
Yeah. This line made me laugh. Danielle says, it is going to be 3 hours of boy bands and tween girls. And Pierce says, bring it on. They ain't seen nothing like me.
I thought it was so funny. I'm like, man, to embrace a bunch of little girls that are like, 8 to 10 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
And boy band music for that long.
Yeah.
Brave guy.
Yeah. The second bedtime story that Danielle tells Audrey, Christmas morning, a year after Colby and Danielle met, Colby gave Danielle a journal, and she gave him the framed photo from their unofficial first date. He also gives her their rescue dog, and then he proposes. Really sweet.
It was a sweet moment, like very, just it's in there like, oh, by the way, there's something else like it's on the dog. Here's the ring.
Yeah.
It's really cute moment.
Yeah, that was very clever.
Mm-hmm.
I love this line from Danielle in this flashback scene. She says, sometimes the best things come from the biggest risks. My mom always said to follow my heart, and my entire heart is with you.
Especially with somebody in like the military services, like deploying and like taking that risk, and like, are they gonna like die in combat, or how long are they be gone for? Like just being a distant away from them, it does take a lot. So I like how Danielle put that out there to let him know, like, hey, I'm here for you no matter what's gonna happen with our lives.
Yeah, I thought that was really sweet. I don't know if I could be as brave as Danielle.
I'm a big one if my husband's gone for a couple of days. I'm like, hey, come back. I can't sleep. So
I'm not married, but when I do, I don't know if I could take that big of a risk.
You would for love, though, Nicole.
Maybe I would. I guess when I get to that point, I will
love the
find out.
Yes, you would.
Yeah. I also love when Colby gives Danielle the bell ornament and she hangs it on the tree. And then it cuts back to Danielle and Audrey, and they're talking about how Colby is always watching over them.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah. This next scene had some funny lines to it. I know there was a little bit of seriousness in this conversation with Danielle and Sophia, but I did really enjoy it. Danielle is talking about all the signs that she's been getting from telling the bedtime stories to Audrey. Sophia says, "Do you want to tell me what's going on there, Nancy Drew?" Danielle goes on to tell Sophia about the bedtime stories that Audrey has been hearing. And after that, Sophia goes on to tell Danielle how bad her jokes were that night.
It was hilarious.
She says, after that, Sophia goes on to tell Danielle about how bad her jokes were. She says, "That was such a fun night. Your jokes, though, were so bad." And then, so Danielle kind of looks at her and she's like, "Sorry, I'm listening." Sophia talking to Danielle about how Colby will always be a part of her and that it's okay for her to be happy again, which I really loved. I can't even imagine the position that Danielle is in this movie.
It's a lot to your husband was missing in action and presumed dead or whatever, all that stuff. So and then you have a daughter on top of that to do to get her through her emotions and her father being gone. So it's a lot. And Erin does a really great job showing her emotions throughout this whole movie. It's really good.
Yeah, she does. Pierce and Danielle, they have a conversation in the kitchen. What I loved about this scene is how sweet and supportive Pierce was about everything going on with Danielle.
And she was like, "I don't want to lie to you." I love how she's trying to be open with him about everything she's dealing with Colby's death and stuff like that. So I like how open she is, and he's fairly at the very beginning of the movie, he's very responsive to everything she's dealing with. So the third bedtime story, and this time they are talking about the wedding, which I thought was nice. At first, Danielle comes in to Audrey's room and she finds her looking at the wedding photo, and they start talking about Jenny, who was the flower girl. They got married on Christmas Eve. That was a beautiful ceremony, the little bit that we did see. And her wedding dress was fully moly gorgeous. She really looked like Erin, wore that really well. It was really pretty dress. Yeah,
Erin looked beautiful.
Yes.
The following morning, Danielle runs into Lisa and Jenny, and Lisa is Jenny's mother, and we find that out when Danielle is telling the story about the wedding to Audrey. Danielle meets Henry, who is Lisa's husband, and Lisa's first husband, Doug, was in Colby's unit. So he, unfortunately, did not make it back home either, which is sad.
It is.
But I'm glad that she has moved on as well.
It's nice to see that, especially they dealt with a lot, especially having a daughter herself too. It's nice to see that she moved on and found someone.
Yeah. Also, what were your thoughts on Danielle not telling Lisa and Jenny and Henry about her engagement? Because I know Pierce was worried about that.
I know, I feel like Pierce was, but I think she was kind of in shock in the moment, hey, I just told this bedtime story to my daughter, and then I before, and now here you are again. And like, I think she was just kind of more in shock. So I don't feel like, I don't like, put it past her that she totally forgot. Like, and sometimes it's like, when is the right moment? Because like Lisa was talking about like how she was dealing with everything and like how she met her husband. Like, when's the right time, like, to say something? Like, I feel like when do you insert that in? So
yeah, I wasn't as worried as Pierce was in the beginning, at least. This was a really brief moment, but I like Rick's pep talk to Pierce about everything going on with Danielle. That was a nice best friend moment.
Yeah, it was nice to see. Yeah.
The s'mores and movie night, that looked really fun.
I know. I want to, do that too.
Yeah. S'mores are probably one of my favorite things to make. It's really fun. And they are really good too.
I think they're too, I don't know. I don't like them. I'm a weirdo.
You don't like s'mores?
They're sticky. Not really. But I'm also not a big sweet person.
That's
like,
understandable.
I'm not a big dessert person, but like, and I think when I was little, they were always like really sticky and messy, and I've got it in my hair. Maybe I'm just traumatized by s'mores. I don't know. But either way, I'm not a big s'mores person.
That's okay.
I haven't had one since I probably was a little kid. Probably need to maybe make another one and see if I still like them.
Oh, you should at least give it another try. If you don't like them, still, that's okay. In that scene, we see Pierce and Danielle. They set a wedding date for June, and I thought it was really cute when Pierce, Danielle, and Audrey took the selfie together. That was really brief, but
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. Danielle has a conversation with Lisa about Doug and Pierce. That was a nice moment between them when they are opening up and just telling each other about their struggles and, how hard it has been to move on.
Yeah, it's nice to see her. I'm sure Danielle hasn't really talked much to other wives who've lost their husbands about that. Yeah. So it's nice to see that she's opening up to somebody about her struggles about moving on in a new relationship.
Yeah. Danielle telling Audrey about the day she was born. Now, this is the 4th flashback, and Colby arrives just in time to get Danielle to the hospital. And then we see a shot of the two of them with their newborn daughter. That was
so sweet.
Yeah. Audrey's birthday party. They are making snow angels and a snowman. They have a snowball fight. They make Christmas cookies, and that is pretty much the end of the party, from what we see, at least. I thought that was a really nice scene.
Yeah, it was a nice scene. And then we also see her blowing out her candles.
Yeah.
And for a second there, Danielle sees Colby.
Yeah.
Yeah, like flashback probably from a previous birthday party from when Audrey was little. But like, you could just tell, like, Pierce's face, like Pierce, like what's going on, because she's looking different, so you can tell.
Yeah. Also, in this scene when they were all decorating cookies, Sophia comes by and brings the cake, and Pierce overhears a little bit of the conversation between Danielle and Sophia.
Yeah.
And you can see in that moment that he's just a little bit worried.
He's starting to get more worried as the movie goes on, we see. Yeah.
Yeah. The next scene is when everyone has left the party and it's just Danielle, Pierce, and Audrey. I thought this was a really nice moment. Pierce gives Audrey a necklace for her birthday with her birthstone.
I thought it was a sweet moment. Like, hey, I've got like one more, surprise for you. Yeah. And it was a necklace with her birthday. I was like, oh, it's so sweet.
Yeah. Again, Pierce is being really supportive of Danielle, which I loved. And, Danielle just says to be patient with her as she's working through everything. He's such a good guy.
Yeah, especially like dating somebody who's like as far as we know, is a widow. So it's like you're dealing with her, and especially now that they're getting engaged, all these feelings are coming back up for Danielle. So he has to, be there and be supportive of her going through all this stage of emotions she's going through.
Yeah. Another nice moment was when Danielle was tucking Audrey in for bed, and they were talking about the bear again. And Danielle starts singing Silent Night to Audrey. Erin has a really nice voice.
She does have a nice voice.
Danielle, Sophia, and Audrey at the community center. Sophia is asking Danielle how the meeting with her dad, General Anderson, went. And Audrey walks up and she's telling the two of them about how many toys she wrapped for the toy drive and having fun with Sophia. I love Danielle's line when Sophia kind of just was like, shh. And Danielle follows up by saying, wait a minute, let me guess. Candy canes, and more candy canes.
I mean, that sounds like a great meal.
Yeah, I like candy canes.
I love candy, especially all the ones they have now. They're different flavored candy canes.
Yeah.
I definitely love all those too.
Yeah. Audrey wants Sophia to come over to the house later that night, and she declines because she has a date with the school football coach's brother.
Oh, no.
And they're going to an ugly Christmas sweater party. Have you ever been to an ugly Christmas sweater party?
Yes, I have been, but I usually don't like. I mean, I find like I think it's an ugly one, but then I go and like people top me. And I'm like, dang, these are some epic ones. Like people just make their own. Like I just buy mine from the store.
Yeah. But I've never been to an ugly Christmas sweater party, but it looks like it would be a lot of fun.
Most of my Christmas party get-togethers are like, hey, wear an ugly sweater. I'm like, I don't really want to spend money on something. I'm like, I'll just go to whatever, find a store and find one. But I have friends who legit, they buy an ugly sweater, but they like embellish it even more and make it like really fun and unique. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad you have that time. I don't have that time.
Yeah, I don't either. And I don't even think I have an ugly Christmas sweater. I have Christmas sweaters, but they're not ugly.
You can find some actually pretty much like at Walmart, Target, and all those places. So
yeah,
they actually not too bad. But if you want like something really ugly, you got to make it yourself.
Yeah,
and I'm not crafty.
I can be crafty. It just depends on what it is.
Well, maybe you can make your own ugly Christmas sweater. Then you have to find out, Nicole.
Maybe. Here's in Danielle's conversation in the car after the Christmas party for Pierce's job. I thought that was really nice. She tells him how grateful she is for him and how wonderful he is. And then they have a moment where they say, I love you, and they share a kiss. That was really nice. Mm-hmm. I also got to mention in the scene before that, at the party, Pierce asks Rick to be his best man. That was really an awesome moment.
I like that his boss was telling corny Christmas jokes too. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. You gotta love those corny.
And she knew the answer too. I love them. It's just, it only comes around once a year. You gotta pull them out.
Yeah. Danielle's conversation with Jane, and they are talking about Audrey hearing the bedtime stories and Colby. And this was the scene before Danielle goes on her walk in town. I thought it was a really nice conversation between the two of them. This scene made me tear up a little bit, and it's when Danielle is in town and she's standing at the tree and she's talking to Colby about moving on. Oh my gosh. It
was a good scene.
Yeah. I have to mention the toy drive party. That looked really fun.
It did look like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Have you ever participated in a toy drive?
I think I maybe donated. Yeah, I've donated maybe to one, but I've never like been to one, like a party.
Yeah, same.
But we've donated before.
Yeah. We'll normally participate in the Operation Christmas Child shoebox drive.
The box. Yep. We always do. Yeah, we'll do like we do 3 of them. So each of our kids makes a box for a kid their own age. And so it's always fun. We always take them to like, we go to like Dollar Tree or something like that. And because it can be a little expensive. So we're like, all right, let's go to Dollar Tree. Let's get some toys like for the kids. Like, think about what you would want, because we're going to send it to a kid that's your age. So the kids always have fun. It's a nice way for our kids to give back to other kids who don't get a Christmas like they get a Christmas.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like stuff like that and giving back.
Yeah.
Danielle has a conversation with General Anderson, Lisa, and Sophia. They were really short, but I thought those were nice moments as well.
Yeah.
And I loved Danielle's speech that she made. We see Danielle at home in one of the next scenes, and she's going through Colby's things, specifically his uniform. And then she finds her journal, and she finds the letter from Colby.
Yeah.
That was another moment
sweet
that
letter.
Made me tear up a little bit. The Christmas father-daughter dance and the comments Danielle made to Audrey when they were arriving were really sweet. You know, she was complimenting her and how her dad would be proud of her. We see Audrey dancing with her friends, and Danielle goes into the restroom to fix her makeup, I believe, and just kind of get herself together. And then when she walks back out, she sees a bell ornament on the tree, and then she sees Colby.
That was a big twist, because you're like, you know, like she ends up breaking it off with, you know, Pierce. And I'm like, and you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next to her? Because it's always like Hallmark, there's always like a happy ending to the movies and Hallmark. You never really get like a sad ending. But like, you're like, what's gonna happen? But like when Nicole became like my mouth dropped, I'm like, what? Because like you just thought he was gone for so long, like something happened to him. But like when she's like Colby and he turns around and it's him, like, oh my gosh, this is like my tear moment right here. This is like my favorite scene. Like pretty much just the rest of the movie I cried the whole time because it was sweet scene the whole time.
Yeah, that scene made me cry.
Yeah.
So what did you think about the way that they ended this movie? I've seen a lot of people commenting on this. Some liked it, some didn't. You know, thought it was a little bit of a surprise. I mean, it was a surprise, but some didn't take it as like a good surprise because of Pierce. Proposing.
Like, we didn't really talk about it, but we like she kind of broke up with Pierce. Like she not strung along, but like Hallmark kind of strung along Pierce this entire this whole movie. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, like they end up breaking up, and like here comes her husband. I thought like it'd be I cried, but like I wish the reunion was a little bit more. I don't even know. Like he just comes and like they talked a little bit and then it kind of ends. I wish the reunion was a little bit more, but I really liked the end. But I could see how some people probably didn't, like especially with stringing Pierce on.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, I liked the ending, but there were some things that I probably would have changed. Just one example was, you know, he was gone for so long, he was missing. And if he had been through what we know he went through, like it didn't appear that he had any injuries.
No, and
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it kind of reminds me of like if you was another country, like, because like we didn't really talk about it, but like there was that news report, like hey, they found like some missing prisoners. That was that morning of, and somehow magically he's there that night. I'm like, your uniform was awfully clean. You look clean, and how did you magically get there so fast? Because there's probably a lot of like, and especially probably in the military, they're probably gonna like, get him, make sure he's safe, probably put him in the hospital for a couple of days, make sure he's good. Like he just magically appeared. Like, it reminds me of a few other Hallmark things that like it's a movie, so it just he appears, but I'm like, really? Like it's probably only been like 5 or 6 hours from that time frame from talking about from the news thing to like him coming back and he magically looked. It was weird.
Yeah, that was the one thing that confused
but it's a Hallmark movie for you.
Yeah, but other than that, it was a good scene. Yeah. One more thing that bothered me just a little bit, going back to how some people thought Pierce was being strung along. If Colby was going to return like he did, then why did Danielle even say yes to his proposal? Does that make sense?
Yeah, like why did Hallmark let her say yes? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Like why knowing the ending, why would you have this relationship like get proposed to and kind of like talk about their future together when all along you're going to bring back her husband anyways? I can see that. I didn't know that people were, I guess I didn't really read comments and stuff like that, but I didn't really know people were conflicted by the ending.
Yeah, but I mean, I enjoyed it, all things considered. I thought it was a sweet movie.
I enjoyed the movie entirely, but I can see how people like, I thought that too. Like, why would you string along this poor guy this whole time just for her husband to come back?
I know.
Like they were best friends. So like if like Hallmark, her husband came back and you were engaged to his best friend. So it's weird. It'd be weird to come back to that. Like, hey, actually, while you were gone, we thought you were gone, like dead. I got engaged to your best friend. Like, it's super weird.
Yeah. But
those are the things that go through my head sometimes.
Same, yeah. But it kind of made me feel bad for Steve Lund for a little bit, because he's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. I love Steve. He's such a good actor. I love his movies. Yeah.
And Erin too. She's another favorite of mine.
Oh, I love Erin. I mean, I didn't get to meet her in person at Rama Drama, but there was a sweet moment when one of the Postables was singing on stage. Ashley, you remember when Ashley sang on stage?
Yeah.
She's the one who wanted Eric to sing with her. Yeah. And Erin came up to her at the end and said, "You did a great job." Aww. And I thought it was such a she came right up to the stage and she told Ashley she did a really great job. And I thought it was really fun to see that.
That was really nice to hear.
You can definitely see, I guess, definitely a sweet moment. Like, I was like, how are these actors really in person? And most of the Hallmark, I'm guessing all of the Hallmark actors are just as sweet as on the screen as they are in person.
Yeah, I think so too. Hallmark is the best.
It truly is the best. That's my husband thinks I'm weird. He goes, "Oh, you're watching Hallmark?" But like the actors are amazing people, because we got to meet, some of them back in June. Like, they're just as sweet as they are on the scene. Yeah. So it's just fun to see these people that you've, grown to love on here. So it's really nice to see it. So I love it's Hallmark. It just makes you happy.
Yeah.
It can make you sad and laugh. It can give you all the emotions in one movie. Yeah. So it's great.
Yeah, I think that's one reason why Hallmark is so popular. It's because the people that are in the movies are so kind and engaging with their fans.
They are. They're like, you don't really see a whole lot of other people outside of Hallmark engage with their fans as much as, you see the Hallmark. And especially some of them, you get to know them more. And when you get to meet them in person, hey, I recognize you from Twitter and stuff like that. So it's fun to see like, hey, you remember me? It's super weird because I've had that happen to me at Rama Drama. We're like, hey, I know you. I'm like, you know me? You're like, oh, that's so cool.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm not saying this in any kind of cocky or arrogant way, but it was kind of funny when we got there. You know, my dad and I walked in and I saw a few people and they saw me, and it was just like an overload of people. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that happened. Oh, but I feel like it happens with the postables. I feel like you get to know each other even like via social media, because it happened to me at the Atlanta airport. Like I happened to be sitting there and I recognized, we didn't really know each other via Twitter. I think she was more on Facebook, but we happened to connect each other through Facebook because we knew we were going to be in the same airport.
Yeah.
But like I saw Cammie, and Cammie and I were on the same flight to Florida, and like Cammie freaked out. But then when we all got to the, there was another flight like landing like 10 minutes before us with a bunch of postables. But when we all saw each other, we're all like giggling and screaming and so happy with each other, because like we don't even really know each other in person, but hey, here we are. We're all like freaking out, saying hi to each other.
Yeah.
And that happened at the hotel too. Like when we got to the hotel and more people started showing up, we're like, oh, hi. Like we didn't even have to introduce ourselves. We were just like talking like we knew each other forever. It was just,
I know.
Yeah. And my husband would have probably been like weirded out too. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. My dad said something like, well, okay, you must be popular. And I'm like, Dad, please stop. I'm not popular.
Well, in the postable world, we're all like, you know, we just all get to know each other. So it's fun.
Yeah. You were talking about, you know, Erin at Rama Drama. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to meet her. Like I met her in passing. Like I was walking to her table, I think, to, you know, get a selfie and, you know, chat with her for a second. And she had to go to a meet and greet, like right when I got there.
Oh, did you get to meet her? Did you do a selfie picture with her?
I didn't.
No.
I didn't really get to talk to her. I was just like, hi.
Like, hi.
But yeah, we didn't really get
okay, bye.
Maybe at the next
It
Rama
happens.
Drama.
The place gets, maybe.
We got a little off track there for a second, but going back to the movie, I thought the scene at the very end when both Colby and Danielle are tucking Audrey in her bed was really sweet.
Yeah, he's telling her a bedtime story. I'm like, oh, it just ties into the whole like bedtime story thing. So I thought it was really sweet.
Yeah.
I was already like teary-eyed as it is. So
yeah,
it was a really sweet moment at the end.
Yeah. Do we want to get into some trivia to end off the episode?
Why not? We'll see if I remember everything I just watched.
Would you like to go first since you're the guest?
Oh, okay. I only have one. You guessed the answer. Okay, so my because I guess I have the answer. I don't have multiple choice. So
that's okay.
Okay. How many lights were hung on the tree when Colby and Danielle met?
Oh goodness. 3,000?
You're close. 2,000.
Oh,
only a little off.
Just 5,000. What was on the mug that had Audrey's hot chocolate in it?
Oh, ooh, that one's a good one. I don't remember. Oh, wait, trying to figure it out. Shoot, girl, that stumped me. Well, I don't know. I can't remember. What was it?
I could give you options on the spot.
Okay, give me options. I'll guess.
Wreath, Christmas tree, or reindeer?
Is it reindeer?
Nope.
Okay. I like that with trivia.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Yes, I want to know.
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees. Man, that was a good one. I wasn't paying attention to her mug. I'm glad you were.
Thanks. Okay. What is the name of Danielle and Audrey's dog?
Oh, Star.
Ding, 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 ding.
I do remember that one.
What holiday drink did Sophia mention she wanted before taking Audrey to the bakery?
Oh my gosh. Is it gingerbread latte?
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm so glad I just watched that movie like a couple hours ago. Because if not, I would have not remembered that one. Because that was not something that I would have saved in my brain.
Good job. You got 2 out of 3.
So I passed.
Yes.
I guess, with my test.
Yes. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you, Simone, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. It's always a lot of fun when you come on the show.
It is. It's always fun.
And we'll have to have you back on again in the future.
Yes, there's lots of Christmas movies to watch this year.
Yes. Lots of Christmas cheer.
Yes. I'm always for it.
Yeah. All right, Hallmarkies. I think that wraps up our recap of Christmas Bedtime Stories. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed and have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. And we will see you very soon for our next episode. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.